Hello and welcome to Plus Sports on PlusTvAfrica. My name is Mikhail Tinowus. It's Friday, and as we go into a new weekend of plenty of football, which is league football, that is, and at the same time, we're going to still get the World Cup interrupting our precious league football this year. And as teams adapt to that, it will be interesting to see what teams survive through into the post-January winter window. Whatever team is at the top, historically, more often than not, ends up finishing as Premier League champion of the season. So Manchester City have started very well, of course. Chelsea may be the only team capable of staying strong and challenging them all the way to the end of the season, at least based on just the first 2 days of football. Liverpool have dropped multiple points, so have Chelsea, but not as much as most others in the bracket. You would expect that Tottenham, the likes of Arsenal, all of them will drop points at some point during the course of the season. But it seems to me like, even though the season has just started, Man City might as well be coronated right now. Let's begin today's sports stories from around the world. The Nigeria Football Federation's annual General Assembly in Lagos on Thursday saw some minor drama as the NFF chose September 30th for election into the Federation's board, but members of the factional players' unions were barred from attending. The NFF board election will take place in Benin City, the capital of Edo State. At the Congress, NFF President Pinnick, whose term expires on September 20th, pleaded for a 6-month extension in order for the electoral process to be followed properly. But his request was vehemently denied by A.G.A. delegates. He also begged forgiveness from board members he had previously offended. However, the Congress agreed to a 10-day extension and the formation of 2 committees, electoral and appeals, before the election, which is scheduled again for September 30th in Benin City, the Edo State capital. On August 30th, an emergency meeting would be held to amend the statutes. The electoral and appeals committees would be established on the same day. Manchester United are closing in on the signing of Real Madrid's Brazilian midfielder Casemiro, according to media reports on Thursday, August 18th. Reports suggest the deal would be worth around £60 million. The Brazilian international, who spent the 2014-2015 season on loan at Porto, has been at Real Madrid since 2013, winning 3 La Liga titles and 5 Champions Leagues, with 336 appearances across all competitions. Man United sit bottom of the Premier League table after their 2-1 home opening defeat to Brighton, which was followed up, humiliatingly, with a 4-0 loss at Brentford in a disastrous start to Erik ten Hag's reign as manager. Casemiro, in my opinion, would elevate the defensive midfield position of any team. And the defensive midfield position is Manchester United's greatest problem. The likes of Fred and McTominay have been unable to hold that position singularly and command it, as is essential for Manchester United's season to get started, because 6 points already down, bottom of the table, and it is very likely this team, with the trend that has followed them for the last 3 seasons, they might very well finish at the end of the season just outside the top 10. A Manchester United team that could do that, that would do that, I don't think would be worthy of the status of one of the best clubs in English football. Now, organisers of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 tested the transportation system that has been put in place for the tournament on Thursday, August 18th. Around 1,300 buses on 9 routes took part in the test, which involved connecting downtown Doha with the stadiums. Also part of the transport network tested were the metro and tram lines. FIFA announced on Thursday that organizers have sold 2.45 million tickets for the tournament, with more than 500,000 of them sold in the last sales period from July 5th to 16th. It will be the first World Cup staged in the Middle East and has been pushed back to later in the year than its typical June-July schedule to avoid the region's punishing summer heat. For Saul Canelo Alvarez, stepping into the ring means that more than facing a tough opponent. The Mexican boxer said in an interview on Wednesday, August 17th, that family, his fans, the love for his country and discipline are all part of his victories. But come September 17th, when he will face off with Gennady Golovkin for the third time in his career in Las Vegas, the 32-year-old Alvarez says the best is yet to come. Through the years, the rivalry between Alvarez and Golovkin, known as GGG, has intensified to the point that Alvarez says this time it's personal. At his training camp in San Diego, California, Alvarez said in an interview he's more focused than ever. He holds all 4 major belts at summer middleweight, stepped up to light heavyweight for his match with Russian Dmitry Bivol. The match marked the second loss of his career following defeat to Floyd Mayweather in 2013 in a majority decision by the judges. While Alvarez and GGG prepare for their trilogy, fans from all over the world are planning their trip to Las Vegas on September 17th. Boxing matches in Las Vegas have become a boxing holiday as the main events take place on Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day. Now, there are few legends that when their time is done and the gravity, the pedestal we put them on for how good they are, can be diminished by the passage of time. But I think many will agree this legend is someone that the name will always be synonymous with champion. Michael Jordan, I'm speaking of. The sky's the limit for a piece of memorabilia belonging to American basketball legend Michael Jordan that will go up for auction next month. Jordan's jersey from Game 1 of the 1998 NBA Finals, recently repopularized by ESPN's The Last Dance documentary series on Netflix, is being listed by Sotheby's at $3 to $5 million. Bidding will be open from September 6th to 14th on Sotheby's website. Braham Wacha, head of streetwear and modern collectibles for Sotheby's, said the jersey is one of the most significant artifacts from Jordan to come to the market. The 1997-1998 Bulls finished the regular season 62-20 before winning the NBA title, capping their second three-peat in a span of 8 years. In that title series, the Bulls beat the Utah Jazz in 6 games, with Jordan scoring the game-winning basket to seal the victory with 5 seconds to go. He was named the finals most valuable player. Jordan retired after the season before returning for 2 years with the Washington Wizards beginning in 2001. He's now a basketball Hall of Famer who owns the basketball team Charlotte Hornets. You know what I think is interesting about this story? So, Michael Jordan has a jersey he wore in a game. He sweated in it. It may have never been washed, but he sweated in it. So, it has value because it was on his back the day he did something amazing. My question is, are we ever going to have our own legends that command such respect, such idolation? Because a Michael Jordan, a Pele, a Maradona, a Lionel Messi, a Cristiano Ronaldo, a James Harden, or King James himself, all of their jerseys, all of their memorabilia will forever accrue value. This is value that, obviously, it's a cultural perspective. Do we in Nigeria value any of our athletes to the tune of forking over money to buy something they wore once upon a time in a game somewhere? Croatian-born Coric backed up his stunning victory over Rafa Nadal late on Wednesday by taking out another Spaniard in Roberto Bautista Agut Thursday, August 18th night at the Cincinnati Open. Former world number 12 Coric is still on the comeback trail after shoulder injury, but he should not be underestimated at the U.S. Open with a clinical 6-2, 6-3 victory. A quarterfinalist at Flushing Meadows in 2020, Coric will next face Canadian 7th seed Auger-Aliassime, who saved 2 match points in the second set in a stunning 2-6, 7-6-1, 6-1 comeback victory over Italian Yannick Sinner. After a tightly played opening set, third-seeded Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz made quick work of the second set to defeat Croatian 14th seed Marin Cilic 7-6-4, 6-1 in the final match of the evening session. Alcaraz will next face 9th-seeded Brit Cameron Norrie after his easy 6-0, 6-2 win over Ben Shelton, the American wild card who stunned 5th-seeded Casper Ruud on Wednesday. Greek 4th seed Tsitsipas took down Diego Schwartzman 6-3, 6-3 in a little over 90 minutes after the Argentine served up 9 double faults and will next face American John Isner, a 7-6-3, 1-6, 7-6-4 winner over compatriot Sebastian Korda. World number 1 Daniel Medvedev booked his spot in the Cincinnati Open quarterfinals following a straight sets win over Canadian Denis Shapovalov on Thursday, August 18th. The 2019 champion claimed a 7-5, 7-5 victory and will next meet 11th seed American Taylor Fritz, who knocked out Medvedev's Russian countryman Andrei Rublev, seeded 6th, 6-7, 4, 6-2, 7-5. 4th seed Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece also progressed following a comfortable 6-3, 6-3 victory against Argentine 13th seed Diego Schwartzman. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for you on Plus Sports on PlusTvAfrica. My name is Mikhail Tinubu. As always, it's a pleasure having you join us for our trip down all the sports stories from around the world. Remember, life is never boring with some sports. Do have a wonderful day.